All right, here we go. Good afternoon, good morning. Excuse me, it's 8:20 in the morning. Just been up for 4 hours. But anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm going to start with this Yankees team before we do the Orioles because there's so much on the Orioles. But I want to start with the Yankees because I was thinking about it as they lost again yesterday in dramatic fashion. That this year is so much different than last year. Rooting against the Rays was like so stressful. Both teams, Orioles and the Rays last year, playing like clean baseball. Feels like the Rays, we finally caught them. But even towards the end of the season, it felt like, oh, finally knocked them out when we won that game at home, that the game winning walk-off hit. Was it Mullins? Anyway, this year, rooting against the Yankees is a blast. I mean, they invent new ways to lose. They lost. I just want to, in case you didn't see exactly what happened yesterday, it's just amazing how they blew this game. So it's 3-3, 10th inning. Guardians got the bases loaded with one out in the top of the 10th, and they hit into a double play. So, you get to start with the guy on second in the extra innings. You just figure the Yankees will win. Soto does his job, gets the guy to third. So there's one out. He grounds out. So there's a guy on third. They walk Judge. And then Grisham, who killed us last time we saw him, fouls out. And then Verdugo, our favorite player, he grounds out. So that's the end of them. And then the Guardians still can't score in the 11th. So you're like, all right, the Yankees will finally win. Still can't win. Then the Guardians score 6 runs in the 12th. We get first place back. Yankees lose again. Yankees, they're teetering. If we can just, the schedule's tough. Today feels really important for the Orioles as we transition to Baltimore. Really, really tough schedule. They got to play 4 against Houston and then 3 in Los Angeles against the Dodgers. And then it does soften up a little bit, but really tough 7 games. It makes today feel important because if we can just get on one run, get that 3-4 game lead on the Yankees might not make the playoffs. They're trying to not make the playoffs. We, on the other hand, have a rash of injuries that escalated yesterday. So let's talk about the state of the Orioles because it's forever changing. Just when you think we finally have some sort of I don't know, roles are defined, things are kind of set. There's a wrench thrown in as Eflin gets on the injured list, so he's going to miss at least 2 starts, probably 3, maybe 4, depends. Cole Irvin, I've been clamoring for Cole Irvin. I got a great feeling about him today. I think he's going to pitch really well. It's a good spot for him. Mets have a lot of lefty hitters. It's an afternoon game, not a lot of time to prepare for Irvin. I think he's going to pitch well. I think the momentum from yesterday should help us, but we have 35 games left. And the way I look at it is we got 28 starts that we need to figure out outside of Burns. Like it's pretty much that simple, whether it's Irvin, Suarez, Povich, Kramer. And then when Eflin and Rodriguez are ready to go, can we scratch together, 17 and 13? It'd be nice if I could do math. Out of the 28 games, 17 and 11, 16 and 12, somewhere in that range, and then win 6 out of 7 Burns starts. I know baseball doesn't quite work that way, but man, with all these injuries, they're just going to have to figure it out. We don't really have the team to do like an opener. We're somewhat lucky that Irvin didn't get picked up. I guess we'll feel lucky if he pitches well today, but they don't have a ton of options after that. Bruce Zimmerman, I don't think he started for us. I don't think he's been up here this year, but he started in the past. He's just not great, to be honest. Hasn't pitched well. So they're going to have to put it together. I feel like in a weird way, it's a blessing that Eflin is injured right this second because the Orioles need some sort of focus here from the lineup perspective to be like, dude, we got to score 6, 7 runs. And now with another injury to the pitching staff, it at least allows a sense of urgency. And I thought we saw that last night with the lineup. Great at bats, much better at bats than recently. It feels like when McCann starts, I should look at the numbers, but I mean, he had a bomb yesterday. Of all the home runs this year, I think that one's gonna be in the top 5 of like just a absolute bomb. Proved to be the 3-run homer that we needed. So I have a feeling that with Eflin hurt and Grayson hurt, knowing that we're putting together kind of a patchwork starting rotation, the lineup should produce better. So that's something to keep in mind. Hopefully that proves out to be true. Kimbrel pitched. He closed the ninth inning. Can't make this stuff up. Added the 2 runs. It was almost like feels like Mullins is always trying to do Kimbrel a favor. He had the walk off, when Verdugo fell flat on his face to win right before the All Star break, and then we add those 2 runs as the Nemo in left field for the Mets, drops the ball basically in the ninth inning, leads the gunner running around the bases as the Mets just throw the ball away, looking like a little league team. Makes it easier for Kimbrel, but he looked good. You got to call it what it is. He's pitched in New York a million times. Look good. We'll see. What else? Dylan Tate's back. I really like Dylan Tate. I thought he had a tough stretch there for a couple games in the middle of June, July, whatever that was when they sent him down. But I had a feeling he'd come back up. I thought he'd come up a little bit sooner. He's got a chance to stay because Birch Smith might be the odd guy out as I'm recording this. Even though I said good afternoon, it is 8:15. They got Irvin to be on the roster. They got to take somebody off the roster. Looks like it's probably Birch Smith. Maybe his time's up. I don't know. It's just been tough for him. He's gotten some bad luck. I don't know if they want to give up on him, but they don't really have anybody else they can send back down. Considering they brought up Tate, that they at least want to give him some action, have some fresh arms. I don't know. Aiken's gone for paternity reasons. Birch Smith's time might be up. We shall see. And yeah, I'm pretty optimistic. I think that game yesterday, plus the way the Yankees lost, makes me feel like today's a big day for the Orioles. They win today, have a good amount of momentum, and they really just got to survive these 7 games. If they somehow got 4 out of 7, I mean, it's probably the 2 best teams right now in baseball. The way the Phillies are playing, you want to make an argument for the Guardians, but the Astros are on fire, and the Dodgers continue to have the best record somehow. Always have the best record. Well, not somehow; they just have the best roster, the best minor league system, model franchise in Los Angeles. So they're rolling. That's going to be a tough series. But the Astros are the hottest team in baseball. And because they're playing so well, and Texas just fell off, and Seattle teetering on not being relevant, the American League's starting to figure itself out. The Royals and the Red Sox and the Twins are kind of all right there in the wild card. I wouldn't be shocked if Tampa makes it interesting. But yeah, a lot of stuff that can still play out. 35 games left, but from the Orioles' perspective, they certainly control their own destiny because the Yankees just are not playing good baseball. So if we can put together a nice game today, head back home, should be Burns tomorrow night, and yeah, that's that. So I want to spend a minute on the Padres because I feel like this is a good gambling lesson. It's just I don't know. You can't make this up really. So Padres Twins. I'm going to take you through my thought process and then what happened in the game. So as I'm typing it up on Telegram, I was like, just bet the over. That's where I was thinking. Like, I like the over. And then I figured because Perez pitched for the Rangers so much, he had faced the Twins, decent amount of time. So as I'm like locking in the over, I was going to do over first 5 innings, and I was going to take the Twins to win the game. And then I looked deeper into it. So it's like I already spent a decent amount of time, but because the game doesn't start till late, I had more time. So I'm looking. I'm like, let me just see what the lineup or see what the past statistics are against Perez or Perez, whatever, the lefty for the Padres. And the Twins didn't have good numbers against them. It was like only a couple guys that faced them. And I was like, ah. Then I go back and I'm like rethinking the whole Padres thing again, even though I'd already said, Bailey Ober's really good. I don't want to bet against them. That's just where I'm thinking. But then I get persuaded into it because I'm just the Padres are on a roll, and I couldn't get out of my head. I'm watching the highlights from the day before, so whatever. Long story short, I delete everything from the Twins, and I'm like, stop overthinking it. Just take the Padres. Even though I'm overthinking it, I don't know if I'm overthinking it, double overthinking it, whatever the hell's going on in my head. I'm like, just do it. You've been doing like you were 21-9 by rolling with the Padres. They're playing well. Just take the Padres. Take the guys you like, just do it. Right. So that's what I end up doing. And I'm about to go, I guess I'm about to go 0-5. Yeah, I'm about to go 0-5. It's the 7th inning. They're down 3-1. All the Twins bets would have cashed. Ober's pitching fantastic. and then Machado saves my ass because he hits the 2-run homer to knock Ober out of the game. So now I'm back to I think that made me 2-3 because Cronenworth was on base. And then I end up turning it into 4-1 as the Padres just keep hitting the ball and they win again. And the reason I say that, or the reason I share that, is because I'm really not trying to build the company on my winning percentage. I mean, I'm not naive to know that the business basically depends on whether or not myself and the guys I bring on win, right? Like, I get it. I'm not naive to that, but because I have a bigger picture in mind, I'm trying to, when I, at least when I do win, and I know that there's luck involved or it didn't feel like a smooth bet, I want to share that with you because yeah, there's no value in me bragging because as soon as you brag and you have a bad couple of days, you're going to start to make excuses to try to justify your business. That's what happens, and I don't want to ever do that. I don't want to lose games and then come on here and I'm going to try my best during football season, right, to not do that. I don't think it's just such a victim's mentality to lose a game and then say, "Well, I was right about this. I was right about this, but this unlucky thing happened," or some nonsense, because the truth is most of these games can go one way or the other. So if you're sophisticated enough to understand sports and you're a good salesman, you can really just BS your way through every loss. And that's why the handicapping industry exists. And that's what I'm looking forward to most of the content being about as we, discuss the games, but also what it's like to kind of get roped into thinking somebody has all the answers when, man, this is really difficult, really unpredictable. So yesterday, thank God I went 4-1, but certainly got lucky there at the end. Orioles play this afternoon, so I'm excited about that. I'm going to watch the game at 1 o'clock. Feels important. Like I said, 5 different times. It feels important as I keep saying that and talking myself out of betting. I bet on Cole Irvin last year, like I think it was like $1,000 when they played the Royals, and I've never been so stressed out in my life. I promised myself I'm not betting on the Orioles for the rest of the season, so we'll keep it that as I say it out loud here, so it counts. I'll have Padres bets. What I want to do here with the NFL, as we're still like working through a handful of things, trying to figure out if there's something worth sharing with you guys. I don't want to just to talk. So I still don't have any other future bets, but I'm still working through some things. So if something pops up, I'll share it. Gonna have college football with Jack on Saturday, so looking forward to that. And yeah, be introducing somebody tomorrow. So that is 99%. So I feel comfortable saying that. And then there's two other people who are hoping to lock it in for football season. So stay tuned. But yeah, have a good day. I shall see you guys in the morning. And yeah, if you need anything, just send me a message. I'm available. All right. See you guys.